So now you have created your project in Green Building Studio and uploaded your geometry. Green Building Studio has already performed an initial analysis upon uploading. After you review the analysis, you probably have some ideas for things you would like to try to improve its efficiency. Some design alternatives. After you sign in, you're presented with the My Projects tab. Select your project from the list by clicking on it, and the Energy and Carbon Results tab opens. This tab has a link to the Design Alternatives tab you can click, or you can just click the Design Alternatives tab. This tab presents us with a panel that features two main areas, a gray summary chart and a light brown panel of tabs below it. The gray chart lists a summary of the changes from the baseline included in the current design alternative. Click the light brown tabs to add changes to each of the individual categories. The tabs correspond to the columns seen in the chart: general, lighting, roof, and the four walls along each of the cardinal exposures. In the middle of this chart is a panel with steps numbered 1 through 4. This makes it easy to test your design alternatives. First, make a change in one of the tabs below. Second, in this type box, enter a name for the change to save its results. Third, click Add Alternative to add another design alternative to test its effectiveness versus a previous change. And fourth, click Run Added Alternatives to tell Green Building Studio to calculate the alternative design. By default, the General tab is open. Here we can adjust the building rotation plus or minus 180 degrees by 15-degree increments. Beside the rotation value, we can change the type of HVAC system used. Beside the HVAC value is a delete button. This delete button appears in each of these tabs. This may not make much sense at first, but once you have a list of alternatives, it provides a quick way to delete the ones that are no longer being considered. But be careful. It does delete the entire alternative, not just the properties on the current tab. There are also tabs for modifying the lighting, roofs, and walls along each of the cardinal exposures. Each of these tabs features unique energy efficiency elements pertinent to them. For instance, the Lighting tab features different lighting systems that you can test for your design. And each of the four Walls tabs contains construction parameters. Try clicking on each one to look at each of their design elements. Generally, I recommend changing one element at a time. Be aware that whatever you change will affect several calculations. For instance, return to the General tab. Here, if we were to change the building rotation relative to the baseline, it will not only affect the heating and cooling, but also the lighting energy usage, photovoltaic generation, and the potential for natural ventilation. You can save several design alternatives and run them at once, say when you leave for work for the evening. Then when you return the next day, all your design alternatives will have been analyzed, and you can compare them side by side. Each design alternative will need to be named. Then you click the Add Alternative button to add it to the list. When you are ready, press the Run Added Alternatives button and let Green Building Studio plug and chug the numbers to help you find the most efficient design possible.